Welcome everybody, welcome to another week of the Tarot Oracle for your weekly messages for all signs. So it won't resonate with everybody because it is very general. If you'd like a reading, you can always contact me for one. So the card that's just flipped out, which is really one of my favourites, is the Six of Cups, which is the card of nostalgia. So it can also be about somebody from your past coming back into your life. It could be a friendship you have with somebody who you've known for a long time and with whom you can be your true self. So you don't have to put on any, don't put up any barriers. You really bare your souls to one another here. That it's a very easy relationship. Typically, as I say, it's the card of nostalgia. It can be the card of somebody from the past coming back into your life, and it's a nice, easy kind of energy that you've got there. Nice, easy laughter, no pretense, and harmonious. So that's nice. I'm going to go to the middle and up to the top. Overall energy. Knight of Wands, that's lovely. Knight of Wands for me is the moving location card. So that isn't, I mean, that's how it works for me. And interestingly, underneath that, I'll read, how many am I going to go back? Well, we've got the Death card here, which seems like a good card to stop on. Because that is an end of a cycle and a rebirth to something new. The next card that was on top of that was the Two of Cups. You could call this yin and yang energy, a little bit similar to the nostalgic card. It is a situation where you kind of bare your soul and you're your true self with somebody. That's also known as the soulmate card. Then we have the Two of Wands. So this could be a conversation about next steps. Two of Wands is the fork in the road. So it could be somebody you trust that you need to have a conversation with about next steps. It could be a conversation with somebody that you considering taking the next steps with. It's whatever fits your story, but it's an honest conversation here that needs to be had, and it pertains to next steps, decisions. Could be that you need advice, the fork in the road. The next card is exactly what I said here about the last card, changing, relocation, or a journey indeed it could be, but it's the idea of travel. And here we've got the Six of Swords, which is somebody that is moving from a place which has been slightly problematic maybe, or a little bit punctuated, you know, with rifts and things, into a much calmer climate. It could just be that there's been a lot of bobbing about and a lot of change and a lot of this and that, and you know, ups and downs and upheaval and that kind of thing. And now we've got I call these swords like my ducks in a row, got all my ducks in a row, and we're going off to better, calmer climates, energies and times. And we're back to this one again. So that's the backstory on that. Let's see what we've got here. I'm going to do it as the beginning of a Celtic cross. I think that makes sense for me today. Oh, lovely. We've got the Magician. That's fantastic. So very often this card comes up if somebody is self-employed, self-made person, if you like. They've got all the tools of the trade that they need within them. In fact, this pertains to anybody who's got what it takes. You need to rely on yourself, and this person does. They know that they can rely on themselves because that's in their heart center. It's also the card of manifestation. So whatever you're manifesting, believe in it, because you can do it. You can make it happen. You've got everything, all that it takes to make it happen. Now, crossing this card is the Seven of Cups, and this is slightly a bit like that fork in the road, and slightly why we're so able to make things happen. It's unclear which option we want to make happen, because here we've got the Seven of Cups, which is about lots of offers being out on the table and having to pick one, the right one. So you're looking at lots of things and not always seeing everything for what it is, and it's being able to look through the glitter. It's like all that glitters is not gold, this card. So it's like looking through the glitter and actually being able to see what's right for you and making that happen. So there's offerings, they're cups that are offering nice things, but only one of them is right for you, and it's for you to decide which one that is. In the gut, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. So in the Eight of Pentacles is about work. It can be a side hustle. It can be taking on extra skills in the workplace. It's about learning, because here it's called the Apprentice card. So it's about learning. And in your gut, in your solar plexus, which is where we carry the intuition of what we need to do next, where we feel our way through life, we know that this is something that we need to be doing. So looking around for ways of getting more money in, raising our game, or maybe extending our learning. In the immediate past, we've got the Knight of Swords, so air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, card of excitement. So there's been a lot of excitement and movement, and which is a little bit what that Six of Swords card was saying in the backstory there. So there's been a lot going on, a lot of excitement, a lot of movement, a lot of gung-ho, a lot of well, I've heard fight in my head. I don't mean fight as in fisticuffs, just mean a lot of self kind of proving of self, but getting out there and really, you know, attacking life with all our verve, if you like. Lots going on, but the energy of this card is one of excitement. Over in the crowning card, we have the World. Now, these two play into each other, the immediate past and the present, which is the crowning card, and it's the World, which is great. So your two major arcanas here, the Magician, where you're manifesting something, and the next major arcana, the World, is taking a step forward into the unknown, but being equipped with experience, with wisdom, thought, and maturity. So there are new things, a new life on the horizon. And the future card is the Page of Cups. So the page always brings messages. It could come to you. It could be something you want to send out. To my mind, it came as this was from you sending out. And it's emotional. So that's at the bottom of the pack. Nine of Pentacles, always like that card. Shows somebody who is very independent and has everything they need around them, which is lovely. So somebody who, I mean, we've got some lovely cards under here. We go from something that's a bit sort of up and down, do I, don't I, everything's a bit of a juggle, to stability. The Four of Wands, card of stability, normally in relationships, but it doesn't matter. To defending ourselves, in other words, protecting what we have against others who might be challenging. To the Ten of Pentacles, which is the money card, getting a lump sum. To the Queen of Swords, to the to the Nine of Pentacles. So Queen of Swords, clear thinking. Nine of Pentacles, strong. Normally that's a woman, but it doesn't have to be. Somebody who's independent. They've gone through this portal, because there's a door, an arch behind her. She's gone through a portal and she's reached a place of contentment. Now, the card that's just flipped out, interestingly, is again the Six of Cups. Underneath that, interestingly, is the Seven of Cups, which we had already. And underneath that, we've got the Ten of Swords, which is great because it shows any mental anguish or hardship or whatever playing out with a 10. And then here I've got the Seven of Swords, which a little bit like the Six of Swords shows somebody leaving a situation and taking with them what they want and leaving the rest. So quite similar. I mean, these two you have in the reading. and the other two similar to what we've already had. So let's see what comes out here. I feel the only card that needs clarifying really is this Page of Cups. Let's go up to the top. Two of Swords, we had that already. That's the conversation. We had that in the backdrop cards there. Yeah, so, sorry, I'll do that and probably think, what's she turning over? Emperor, that's good. That's the Divine Masculine in his strength. Looking at money, deciding what we need, if we need to cash anything in, looking at what our harvest is. Do I leave it there? What do I need to take? What do I need to leave? Strength, you might need the strength to have this conversation. This is known as the soulmate card, which it can be, but it can also just be an honest conversation with somebody on a very soul level, you know, revealing yourself, as it were. So the first card we had in the first drop was the Magician. We got the Queen of Swords, who did show her face just there. Queen of Swords, thinker, might say strategist, a little bit emotionally detached. We're manifesting. She's clarifying the manifestation card. So we're doing this from a point of view that makes sense rather than from an emotional point of view. So whatever we're manifesting, it's part of a strategy, it's part of a plan, part of a bigger plan that we're not emotionally particularly connected to. Then we have all the cups, and we've got the Page of Cups, which we had here. So there are lots of people are coming to you with lots of offerings, and where this is a card of emotion, the cups represent emotions, you've got to be detached from the emotion here. So don't do it to please people. Don't start accepting things because, oh, I don't want to offend them and, you know, don't want to hurt their feelings. You've got to be emotionally detached from whatever people are offering you and think, how's this going to work for me? I feel that this person probably tends to be more emotional than not, so you need to put your emotions to one side. Eight of Pentacles down here, we've got the King of Cups. So I would say that's something that you would really welcome. Work, more learning of new skills, possibly a promotion, possibly side hustle, anything. And the King of Cups is a genteel person, so it could come from somebody, or this could be you who's quite quiet about it and looking, because we've got that Page of Cups as well. So it could be that somebody is coming forward with an offering which is coming from a good place, or it could be you being a bit emotional about work. And here you need to be more like the Queen of Swords and look at it in a practical way. Well, I say practical, I mean to sort of think about what you're doing and kind of detach your own emotion from it. Knight of Swords in the immediate past is clarified with the Chariot, so we've got that energy of surging forward, and the Knight of Swords makes it quite exciting and sort of a lot going on, being a bit caught in a whirlwind. However, this card does say that although all this exciting energy is going on around us, you are in control of the situation. Crowning card was the World. We've got the Five of Wands. So I think that is where you're slightly in conflict, and it's because there's too many things on the table. We're not clear what we want to do yet. So we want this, but we're slightly discombobulated. The Five is a turning point anyway, so we did have that fork in the road. So you will probably, that's probably connected to also this Seven of Cups, that there's a lot going on, but you know that you need to go forward. Page of Cups clarified with the Eight of Cups. So we're leaving things behind. And because we have this one here, This could be the communication you need to make to somebody by way of explaining your departure, because we also had the Knight of Wands in there, which is about relocation, moving, whatever. But that could be by way of explanation. Bottom of the pack, we've got 5 of Swords, which is great. Little bit like the 7, little bit like the 6, in a sense that you are moving on. This is well, not for everybody, but I read it as a personal triumph over adversary. So you've been challenged. We did have that challenge card somewhere in here where you were defending yourself against, I can't remember where it's gone now, it's here somewhere, where is it? Against people challenging you. I can't find it anyway, it was there, oh no, it was there somewhere. And then we had this feeling of being discombobulated, a little bit out of sorts, a bit, this is all going on around you, you know, that there's a lot of like discord or going on around you. But here we put ourselves first in the situation. These two are both 5, so turning points. That will end, and then you'll step forward and be able to reach out to the world you want. And here, whatever's been going on around you, a fight it looks like, but you know, maybe something to do with this because they're both 5s, you come out on top, so nothing to worry about. That's a good card. Okay, and look, underneath here we've got this, so we've got the 5 of Swords, got the King of Wands, and underneath that you've got this card of 8 of Pentacles, which you've got in your, so, and the Sun, which is great. So you come out into the light, you're shown here as the King of Wands, which is all fueled with passion and energy and, you know, creativity. It's a creative card as well. And coming out on top of a situation. Brilliant. Have a good week. Bye.